Morgan, and today I want to talk about how I decide whether or not it's worth it to repair a garment. So right now I am wearing a nightgown that is very falling apart. It has like a hole here, it's got a hole starting to develop here, it's got a hole in like the arm area, and it's also coming apart at the neckline, and it's got some holes in the sleeves. And this is a garment that I would choose not to repair. And the reason for that is if the fabric is falling apart in a lot of places, that suggests to me that it's probably towards the end of its life. If I repair all these individual pieces, I suspect that the fabric's damaged or worn out enough that there will just be more holes afterwards. And I feel like if I'm going to the work of repairing something, I want it to be significantly prolonging the longevity of the garment, because otherwise, like, it doesn't feel like it's worth it to me to spend a lot of time repairing something that's just going to fall apart again quickly anyways, even once it's repaired. So I tend not to repair garments that are very, very worn out to the point where it's like, okay, I feel like even if I repair them, they will still continue to fall apart. And I also tend not to repair garments that are really new but already starting to show tears and stuff, because I feel like that's indicative of bad quality. And I feel like if a garment is already like has tears or there are issues with the fabric very shortly after buying it, I don't expect it to hold up in the long run. And so I feel like it's also not worth my time to repair something that is likely to fall apart right away, even if it is brand new. By contrast, things that I would change would be, this is a shirt that had the elastic go out at the cuffs. Well, this is part of that. I ended up repairing that shirt because it was just an issue with the elastic. If it's a garment where there's only one major thing that has an issue, but the rest of the garment is still in good condition, that is a project that I would be more likely to try and fix or modify. Other factors I take into consideration would be, how much of a pain is it going to be to fix this thing? So if a garment's only coming apart on a straight stitch type seam where I can easily just like cut off the loose stitching and re-sew that up with a back stitch, I am much more likely to choose to repair that than I am to repair something that like has a giant hole in it, especially on knit fabric, because it can be kind of difficult to darn things in a way that it'll still look nice and be comfortable and wearable afterwards. And I tend not to be very pro darning things that would be uncomfortable. So for instance, trying to darn the foot of socks or the foot of tights, like I find that can sometimes lead to like a different texture that makes them like not sensory friendly to wear. So I am less likely to darn things that if I fix it, it would be uncomfortable to wear. But yeah, if I can seamlessly fix something and it doesn't take too much time to fix it, and I feel like the garment will still be wearable for more wears afterwards, then I am very likely to fix something like that. So yeah, I feel like something that isn't talked about enough is the fact that it's like repairing things, it takes time. It takes time out of our days, and we all only have so many hours in the day. And so I feel like sometimes there can be this pressure to be like super environmentally friendly to the point of not throwing things out, instead of realizing that it's like sometimes it is just really too much work to repair something to keep prolonging the use of things, and sometimes things do reach the end of their life cycle. So yeah, I hope that this video inspires you to not only tackle projects that you may have been putting off, but to think critically about how you're using your time, because we only have so many hours in the day.